welcome to the special and final session of the day. My name is Jung-Wook Kong, and it's a true privilege to chair this session today. And we decided to adopt the language of English, if you don't mind, because we do have foreign guests here. And before we begin, I'd just like to mention that we're all saddened by the passing of Apple's founder, Steve Jobs, this morning. I've been using Apple products since 1990, and his life has touched the lives of many with his passion and vision. And I think it's proper for us to take a moment of silence, if you please, and our hearts go out to his family and friends. Well, thank you, and I hope you've enjoyed an all-day feast for the minds here at the Idea Forum. But unfortunately, we're at the last stage of our great journey, and what better way is there to close the day than with a theme title, Design and Dream. The English word coach actually comes from the word kocs, which is K-O-C-S. It's a Hungarian village where horse carriages were invented in the 15th century. So coaches then carried passengers to destination. Coach now is a person who actually helps guide a player to get to his destiny. Also, the Greek hero Odysseus, when he actually had to join the Trojan War, he took his son Telemachus under the care of his friend as a friend, father, and advisor, and that friend's name was Mentor. And I'm delighted to see so many young aspiring professionals and students here in the audience. These talented individuals, ambitious and driven, what they probably need right now is a coach who can help guide them in the right direction, and a mentor who aspires them to maximize their potential. So I've asked two of our design gurus today to be your mentors and coaches just for this hour, and I'm glad that they've agreed to it. So let us begin without further ado. Now let me introduce my first speaker, and this mentor has been introduced before. But when I was in college, one of my friends actually told me there are cars in this world, and there are BMWs. And it took me another 10 years of hard work to experience my first BMW and realize what he had meant. And he's a legend in automobile design. And having worked at Adam Opel and Fiat, he's joined BMW as chief of design in 1992 and reinvented BMW's flagship 7 Series by deconstructing the straight line forms and reinventing curves. And the result was not only an astounding success for BMW, but also a design revolution to which all car makers around the world had to adapt. So please welcome Mr. Chris Bangle again. Well, Chris, this is not your first time to Korea, is it? No. So, I mean, on your many trips to Korea, has there been a memorable moment? What emotion does Korea provoke in you?
It's not raining today. I really appreciate that. The last time I was here, it was coming down in buckets.
I see.
I just could not believe that it could rain like that. Anyway, it's kind of interesting. That was memorable, actually.
How do you like the design of the city, Seoul?
I still have to learn it. When I was first here many years ago when I was with BMW, I thought it's a very American feeling city because of the distances of the sidewalks to the main streets, to the building setback, the way that the lanes were set up, where the stoplights were, things like that. It had a real American feel about it. For me, very easy to get into. Every subsequent trip I've been here, I've been deeper and deeper away from that experience and more into something actually quite unique. So I'm learning.
Although Korea and the city of Seoul have paid a lot of attention to redesigning the city, I guess that hasn't really struck you as being a uniquely designed, the metropolis of city.
Well, there's some things that you'd love to have better, traffic-wise and things like that. But I think I need about 100 more trips here.
Well, thank you. Let's talk more in a bit. Let me just introduce our second mentor before we go on any further. Bill Gates once described the iRiver MP3 as the symbol heralding the advent of the digital lifestyle in the 21st century. And this gentleman, with his industrial design, has won gold, silver, and bronze awards in the Industrial Designers Excellence Awards, which is the most prestigious award in design. And in addition to being a trend-setting innovator and design guru, he has tried so hard to share his knowledge and wisdom with the rest of the world, and especially with the younger communities of Korea, by writing passionately. And I'm a big fan of his. Please welcome again Mr. Young-se Kim. Mr. Kim, you have offices in Silicon Valley, Beijing, and Seoul. Now, how much time do you actually get to spend in Korea?
I guess maybe half and half.
But since you were a professor at the University of Illinois, you took it as your responsibility to meet with the young people of Korea and constantly reach out. Why do you do that? I'm sure you're a busy man.
To make a long story short, I started design when I was 16 years old from Korea. I accidentally met very interesting magazine in which I found beautiful stuff, nice designs of cars and interiors and furnitures and all that. And at that age, back then, design was not so popular in Korea. So at that time, I decided that this is my career, this is my dream. So I then went to America, went to design school. And first day when I arrived in LA, I thought I would be successful. I make a success in America, then come back to Korea and build the design industry from bottom up. Now, it's been about 30 years since I left Korea, over 30 years. Now that I'm back, and it's very, very interesting and very, very emotionally, coming to me, because during last 35 years of Korea, there had been a tremendous growth in design. When I left Korea to pursue my design for my education, for my career, there was not too many cars, there is not too many Hyundais, not too many Samsung products. But during last 30 years, 40 years, I think Korea has grown so much with the design. I still think, though, we have gone only 20%, and next 80% is our task. So we have a lot to work, a lot to develop. First and most importantly, we need to understand design as much broader terms rather than very simple terms. Design is to make change. Design is for everyone. I like to have everyone to start thinking design as creative works. So this is how I began trying to be a designer, back to Korea, and I'm spending my time here and there somewhere.